What's going on, everybody? Today I wanted to review the song Mindstate by Cunninlynguists. This is one of my favorite songs off the album. This is a really well-produced album and one of my favorites. The album title is Will Rap for Food. I believe it was almost entirely produced by No. At the time, the group only consisted of Deacon the Villain and No, who you can see in the album cover. But anyway, this is Mindstate.
Knowledge be the key to unlock your brain and set your mind state free.
Even the intro, I love this part. The verse somewhat quietly starts, and then it rewinds and starts again.
Knowledge be the key to unlock your brain and set your mind state free.
Non-familiarity makes you scared to see the beauty in front of your eyes. You're thinking narrowly, everything is an unpredictable occurrence. If you've experienced everything except the purpose, then you've missed everything that was meant to be caught.
To me, it's kind of just saying, if you don't realize what your purpose is, then you're missing out on everything in life. You're just experiencing it, you're going through it, but you're not learning, then there's no...
Life sessions aren't lessons that can be simply taught. You gotta feel the matter, build the data. You gotta strengthen self for your shield to shatter. In the field, we choose to scatter like mice instead of coming together and keeping it tight. It's hard to be alone, deep in the night. I try to avoid the dark life and be seeking the light, but so many times I fall in between the lines of what is a devilish sign and what is divine. If you base your life on wasted nights with no faith in sight, you might as well free base from pipes. I fall.
You know, it's just saying, if you stay in negativity, you stay in your room, you just keep not doing anything, not working on anything, then you're not going to be happy. Nothing's going to change.
Down, but I got up, friend, fell twice, 3 times, got up again and again, and again. It's nobody's but my fault it didn't end. You only don't win when you give in.
And then he makes a great point. You keep getting up and trying again, and if you give up, then you're the one who's losing. You're the only one who can push yourself out of a situation.
Being peaceful at heart helps me see through the dark. Hot dogs bark, and it's hard for evil people to start bullshit with a literally cool kid whose only form of battling is through music. If you hold yourself tight, you can't lose it. Life or death is up to you who you cruise with. Exercise knowledge to increase your wealth. If you know yourself, you'll be shown your wealth. If you know yourself, you'll be shown your wealth. If you know yourself, you'll be shown your wealth.
In my head, he's saying the more self-aware you are, the better off you'll be, the more happy you'll be, etc. Also, this beat switch here is amazing. I love how he does this, and then he gets right back into the next verse. And then he does what he did with the first verse by playing the first word of the second verse, and then the track starts. But you'll see.
Sometimes I ask myself a question. Is my lack of inner reflection some type of indication of what state my life is in? They keep piping in elevator music, sappy and happy as hell with flutes and shit. When I reflect back and recollect that I was born into a state of walking slumber. Taught numbers, realize I'm dirt poor. It hurts more now that I'm older. Showered in water much colder than this.
This is one of my favorite quotes from the song. He just says, "I've showered in water much colder than this." I've already been through worse stuff than what I'm going through now. So clearly, if I can get through that, then I can get through the next thing.
Holding my lips and close the abyss with the speech and the phoniest kiss. Rendered lifeless, talk about an identity crisis. My third eye remains sightless. When the night hits, can't help but lie awake. Contemplate fights with vice grips. Depression and lessons in starvation. It's hard to be patient, sitting perfectly still. Listen to your own heart racing.
Here he's comparing his heart beating so fast, even though he's just sitting still because his mind is racing. You know, you have those nights where you're just sitting there and you can't go to sleep, you can't do anything, and your heart's just beating so fast. And I think he really described that well.
Assume the description of my life and its reality is on the warm side of fatality. It's not fair the way you challenge me, or the silent way my talents beat. Hidden inside these translations, emancipation as I try to dab the slate clean. Futile attempts to make my fate gleam. Hate seems all inclusive. It makes me wanna fall reclusive and rip the tallest loose leaf with a makeshift facelift for my mental state.
I went over to the lyrics for this part because I didn't completely understand what he's saying, and I still don't really. I think he's just saying I'm gonna move on to the next chapter. Rip the tallest loose leaf. But let me know what you guys think, because I've always kind of wondered about that.
Check it out.
I've always loved the mixing for this song, the little scratches and everything, or whatever you want to call that. Wait, let me continue the outro. Even the outro is just really well done. It ends up being like a super smooth outro. When the song wasn't, it wasn't super crazy, it wasn't like super fast paced. But then the song ends in like the slowest, like a piano playing the end of the song. Anyway, in my opinion, this is an underground classic. I've always really liked this album. When I was 16, I actually kind of like made my own little bootleg for this album. But I've always been really into it. A lot of people credit Kid Cudi for being the one who kind of opened like talking about your mental health in a way in rap. And obviously there are people before him, like Eminem, and I think they have always really done this. They always have a few deep tracks on their albums, and that's usually my favorite ones. Let me know what you guys think about this song or album, and what song you want me to react to next. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.